Oh my goodness, whatever time you'll be watching this video, guys, I have not planned to be live tonight. It's extremely late, but my heart is overflowing with so much pain, with so much rage that I want to share my thoughts with you, and I'm sure that a lot of people currently feel this way. I truly do hope that a lot of people are outraged at what is going on. I have been off news for quite some time. Um, I have my personal events, but also I was so hurt with what happened during the election. I was so done with it. So I took a break. Basically, as all human beings need to take a break from this poison. But today, I made a crucial mistake, or maybe, crucial, took a very serious risk, and the video popped about Hunter Biden and his laptop from hell. Many of you may have seen that. We saw some things before, but some absolutely outrageous things had popped today, or maybe it was yesterday. Was him doing what he was doing, and I just want to bring this up. I'm outraged as a person who is becoming an American with every year. I'm outraged. I'm embarrassed for our country. I do not understand how people with such moral character could be in power. I want somebody to explain me that. I want somebody to tell me, Veronica, you are wrong. That's okay to cover for your son who is criminal, immoral. I don't know, I guess I should say human being, but I don't see much of human qualities. Somebody who have been abusing women, using power to abuse them. Candace Owens asked a very good question today. She said, well, where is Me Too when you need them? Where is the Me Too movement when you need it? We've seen in those few pictures and photos that leaked, we just see a few little snippets of what was going on. We see drugs. He admitted to be using drugs. We see prostitution. We see pornography. We see all kinds of sexual perversion, and we're supposed to be bowing down to these people, and we're supposed to be law-abiding citizens. We're supposed to be quiet and wearing our little masks, and that's supposed to be okay. And today, I'm not a very big person on talking endlessly about women rights, because I think that in our regular life there is no real reason to talk about it. But today I have a question. Why this is not addressed? Why is that is okay for somebody who we supposed to look up to, for somebody who's supposed to be representing number one family in the United States, and supposedly being example for not just United States but for everybody in the world. How that is okay? We're all worrying about, we are all distracted with all kinds of stuff. And I hope that some of my subscribers, I know it's very late and I don't know who's in the chat. Hello, whoever is in the chat. But I'm trying to stay away from this, but this is really not a political video. This video is about common sense. This video is about having some decent human morality. Just being, I don't care if you are on the left, on the right, you're in the middle. What is going on? What is going on? How is this possible? I had a great weekend till I watched the news. I actually had a lot going on today, and I'm just thinking, I'm just thinking to myself, I don't know, have you guys seen that? I was going to, I actually made a post on my Facebook, but then I had made it private, not because I'm afraid to speak out, but because it is so absolutely disgusting that I am embarrassed to have this on my page. A lot of people on my Facebook do not know that I have a YouTube channel, and I'm just, I felt I don't want the dirt to be on my page because it's absolutely toxic. It's absolutely toxic, and I'm starting to, I'm just feeling so, oh, I'm outraged, and honestly I'm starting to lose hope. I'm I'm starting to lose hope in our society. In you know, we're talking here about uh, traditional values, and we're trying to bring things up. We're supposed to be able to look up to people who are supposed to be, you know, number one in a country. We supposed to know, and I feel like even the ultra left is no longer able to cover up things. I'm gonna show it to you in a second. So I made this post private, but so this is, I don't know if you guys can see this. I just feel so extremely embarrassed for our country, um and I feel that, you know, my native country of Ukraine um have been suffering from these people and their morals or absence of such. I want to show you this. I don't know if you can see this. This man, this man is son of our president right here, and this is the woman, probably a sex worker, and this is how, um, this is examples that we are seeing. We are seeing men in power abusing or, you know, sexually, um, we've seen some sexual abuse. You know, we don't know if these women, in Candace Owens was talking about it today, did they give them consent? Were they in clear mind? Hunter publicly admitted that he has been on drugs, on alcohol at the same time. You know, I'm not here to give, you know, this is for God to judge, but I am looking from the perspective of the citizen. We have to abide with all these laws. We have to be forced to, you know, to have poison being shot in our bodies. That should be okay. You know, we should do everything we cannot. You know, we lived a year without being able to do things we want to do. We have to commit and submit and follow all the laws, and we get upset about baby it's cold outside. That's no longer a song. Everything is sexual harassment. The compliment, make a compliment to a beautiful woman is a sexual harassment. By having sex with a prostitute, multiple prostitutes, um, posting things on pornography websites, doing all this immoral, it's not a subjective opinion. That would drive me crazy. This is not subjective. This is awful and disgusting. And if that would come out during the election, we probably would have a little bit of different over result. And I'm just, I don't know, I just feel so much pain. And you know, I talk about, you know, we talk about relationships, you know, we talk about different things, but this channel is a perspective. And I just want to say, you know, what happened, what's going on currently with the Me Too movement, why they are not freaking out over the slept them from hell. And I can guarantee you that the things that are coming from that, this is what they were able to show. This is what they were able to show, you know. This is the stuff that they were able to show. That's our son, you know, contributing to American economy for and American moral image while married. Just a side note. I don't know. Maybe he's already divorced. Hell knows. But I'm just trying to understand all of this. we are destroying careers of of men who have been serving this country and working very hard with accusations 35 years later, having all these trials to only see that it was completely false. But when things are becoming real, and somebody was covering and probably even ran for the president just to cover things for, I mean, this is just, I don't know, guys, tell me that I'm wrong. Tell me that I'm wrong, please. I just want to know, and it's interesting because this was most likely this stuff all was happening in Ukraine, and yeah, he was, it's just absolutely crazy. So when his brother died, he decided he was still married to his wife, um, but he decided that it would be a good idea to, you know, he decided to have sexual relationships with his brother's wife because they both were going through the same trauma. I'm just, I'm bringing this up. I do not like to talk about such negative things, but I'm just like, I feel like I'm waking up, in this hell of a reality. It just feels absolutely insane that everybody is okay with this. Um, Well, Kristen, I do not know. I was not, both not you, neither of us were alive back then. But right now we have a situation where, we are forced to do so many things. We have to follow all these restrictions. We basically lose our freedom, our, you know, freedom of breathing. We can no longer breathe. I don't know, here in Michigan we still have masks. You're not allowed to breathe freely. What are we talking about? This is not okay. I need to fly over and see my family. I do not want to inject myself with this poison. I do not want, but I need to see my family. So if they will put that as a requirement, I have to do this. But somebody can get away with everything and lead the country. Do you guys realize that entire world is laughing at the United States right now? Do you guys realize this? I don't know how many of you, follow international news, but because I have roots, in Russia, in Ukraine, the entire world is laughing at our country. It used to be a prestigious thing to be the president of the United States. I do understand that nobody is perfect, but I also understand that you cannot be the worst of the worst of the worst and commit multiple serial crimes and abuse women and tells that you stand for women. You cannot do this. You cannot be on the both sides of the law and try to lead the nation and accuse everybody. When the stuff about the laptop from hell was coming out, uh, Biden said that, oh, this is Russian propaganda. But this is so outrageous that I think they just could not. I don't know who leaked that information, but these are real things. These are real pictures, real videos, real everything. And I'm just trying to understand. You're supposed to be able to look up to people who are high achievers, who represent your country. I want to be able to look up to people who are leading this country, who represent this country for the world. I want to be, how can I look up to somebody who have been doing immoral things and abusing, harassing, using women basically like sexual slaves? That's just the only little part in promoting, drugs and alcohol, and it's supposed to be cute. I watched a few episodes from the Hunter's interview about his his drugs, and look, I don't give a damn. You know, we talk about inequality and incarceration and all these things. And Candace, again, ask a good question. You know, a lot of people are offended that some certain people can get away with crimes. Well, how about the person that it just, I feel like this certain person's life is one big crime and that's supposed to be okay. How many times has he served in jail? How many times? How many days? I'm just, you know, this is beyond politics. I don't care on which side you are, but if you're supporting, you know, pedophilia, and if you're supporting prostitution and porn and just complete immorality, what does it say about, what does it say about you? What does it say about the current state of things? I don't know, guys. I don't know what the hell is going on. Somebody tell me. I watched this video, you know, was these leaked pictures of, and it's just interesting to me that it's sort of, you know, everything is focused on COVID, 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 COVID. I don't know. I have hard time. I may have to re-record this. I have hard time expressing myself. Um I don't know. I'm just in such outrage when I watched this video. I just was, you know, I knew that. The thing is, we all knew that, you know, they've been doing, you know, they were up to no good. But I feel that I should speak out on this because these people were doing horrible things in my native country. They were the money laundering scandals. They were trying to cover till it blow up completely. And I don't know. I just I'm speechless. You know, I feel like I'm really scared and I'm really embarrassed. I'm really embarrassed that people like this are representing us. People like this claim that they are, you know, protecting women, and then they you know, feel free to get them on drugs and make videos and post it on internet and record it on their laptops, and that is okay. What do you mean, Mark? What the hell do you mean by character flaws? Okay? What do you mean by character flaws? Everybody know about Trump's scandal. He had one scandal that was weird, but do you realize what is going on? The person, their entire family, what they, you know, what that is. Have you seen that? Have you seen the stuff that's coming out? He's, you know, years, you know, being on crack, having prostitutes, porn. This is a lifestyle. This is a lifestyle. If this stuff would come out about, you know, Donald Trump Jr. or any other person, Trump would be crucified. I am, you know, I'm just in absolute disgust over this. This is not funny, this is not cute, and this is not about being, you know, left or right. This is about, so you trying to tell me that we should be okay with this family being the first family in the country? This is should be like, we should be, well, you know, they have little character flaws. These are not the character flaws. This is a lifestyle. This is a lifestyle of complete deceit, of of complete immorality, drugs, abuse, porn. And the thing is, the worst stuff had not come out yet, because there's gonna be some underage stuff. Okay, this is not comparable. You could not compare this. If Trump's family would be on drugs, or alcohol or, doing that kind of stuff. Oh my God. Yeah, like check this out. I don't know. I made a post on Facebook, but I made it private because it's just so ugly and dirty and disgusting, and he's, this is supposed to be a married man, and he slept with his brother's wife. I mean, tell me this is not fucking screwed up. This is screwed up. We have Grammy awards where we have performance basically having sex with each other, and this is supposed to be okay to watch with families. I mean, I'm just asking, what is going on? What is going on? Where is this all going? I do not understand how that's supposed to be okay. And the left supposed to, if we talk about the differences, supposed to be all about the women and equality and protection. And where is it? I don't see it. I do not see it. It's okay to grab the woman by the hair and have sex with her and record that. I'm sure she did not give written permission on this one. That is totally fine. Can you imagine being such an idiot to record that stuff? This is not okay. This is all sorts of perversion. This is insane. This is insane. This is just insanity. And my channel is not necessarily a political channel. I'm just like, I had a great day today. So many plans, so many things, trying to fill up the positive, and so many good things are coming. And I made this. I have not been watching this, and I'm just in shock that it's supposed to be character flaws. Okay. I want to see people who went to jail for drugs, for pornography and sexual abuse, who went to jail for decades, how they would feel about this character flaws of the person that is just ha ha ha, yeah, I am, I'm having a quarter of vodka and crack, and yeah, I'm suffering. We're supposed to feel bad for people who committed incredible amounts of money fraud, money laundering, messed with the foreign country, which is for United States that Ukraine. They replaced, a prosecutor, so Hunter would not go to jail. And this is supposed to be a character flaw. That's as interesting. I'm sorry, but no. There is one thing on Trump, one thing. That was a stupid thing that he had done, and he should have never done this. But I have a question to you. Do you feel okay that somebody who is supposedly head of this country can't walk a flight of stairs, cannot think, can mix Merry Christmas and Happy Easter, but also just incredibly morally and mental, retarded and just morally, does it, I mean, I'm speechless, guys. I probably will have to record another video because I cannot even form my thoughts. I'm in such shock about this all. Oh, yeah. So I made this post today on my Facebook, but I deleted and I made it private because, again, this is so extremely disgusting. This is the face. I don't know if you can see. This is the face. You see his teeth? His teeth are gone. I don't know if you probably cannot see that well. This is the face of the president, of the son of our president. This is, you cannot see his teeth, but his teeth. This is his leisure time. This is what they are doing to make our country better. And look at his face. I am a woman. This affects me and every other woman. Anybody. If you have a daughter, I have a question to you. If you have a daughter, sister, mother, how do you feel about this? How do you feel about somebody who's supposed to be an example, and this is how they working for our country? I just want to know. Good job on raising son, Joe. You couldn't have done better. So anyway, I want to hear from you guys. What do you think? So you think it's totally normal that that's what men in power do? That's what you think? I don't think so. Actually, when I was in living in Ukraine, I met a lot of men in power, and a lot of them had dignity. Oh my Jim, I don't even know what to say. It's not normal. Nothing of this is normal. You know, we have the song Baby It's Cold Outside banned, or it's sexual harassment, and this is not. This is not sexual harassment. This is okay. Anyway, guys, I need to put my thoughts together. I'm outraged. I'm outraged at all of this stuff, and I just think it's just so deeply perverted. We have. I mean, I don't know. I feel like I want to move to another. Yeah, that is Biden's son. Yes. Gosh, what an embarrassment, boy. That would be my son. I probably would commit a crime. He wouldn't live very long. I don't know. I don't know what. Well, first of all, somebody does not turn out like this. Guys, this is really interesting. Let's walk away a little bit from politics. Something about children. You can tell things about yourself. You can tell, oh, I'm a great father, or I'm a great mother, or I'm a great citizen. I've been doing so well. Your children is your face. Your children is a testimonial to who you are behind the scenes. If you can't raise a child, how can you supposed to lead the country? Not that you can't raise a child. I'm applying right now. I'm doing certain things, and sometimes there are questions about moral character. You actually, if you want to be a citizen of the United States, you need to have a particular appropriate good enough moral character. Oh. I encountered so much abuse, so much like verbal abuse and hate, and I lost a lot of friends because I was supporting Trump. I am conservative and I'm proud of it. I do not hate anybody. I understand people can have different beliefs, but there are things that are objective. Please tell me how pornography, sexual abuse, child pornography, how these things could be objectively okay. I just want to know. It's not just, I feel like in this bubbly world we're like, yeah, it's your opinion. I don't think this is my opinion. I think this is just reality or what. I just want to understand how that could be okay. If I would be on the left, in the middle, anywhere, how can that be okay? How that can be okay? We all heard about all these Epstein Islands and all this underage stuff, and I can guarantee you that stuff in Ukraine that they could get away with. So basically, they were talking, with Candace Owens and Hannity, that they could not even have that laptop in their hands. The stuff that's in there is so bad that if they would get in their hands, they could get charged. Do you realize that? And all of this was suppressed. If all of this was normal, why didn't this information, all this stuff come out at the election time? Why it was heavily suppressed? Because a lot of people on the left also have hearts and souls, and they would see that the son of the president, the person that's supposed to represent the country, is into every sin, every moral crime. I don't know if there's such a thing as a moral crime, but guys, it's still my second language. I can't always be 100% on top, but I'm just saying this is not okay. And I am woman. I, this targets just about anybody. This is, you know, it should be bothering, it should be a problem, it should be a concern. And my question in this video was, what happened to metoo movement? Where are they seen women being, basically sexual slaves, just used, abused, posted on internet. I don't think that any of these sex workers or whoever, we don't know who these women are. That is okay. This is a character flaw. This is a character flaw. It's just a character flaw. I really wished I was at such rage today. I really regretted. I told myself, do not watch news. And I do not watch the news. I literally live in my own beautiful world. But, with the events that's been happening, losing my dad and all of this, I was trying to recover myself and not to get in none of this stuff. But sometimes you just want to catch up. Just see, it's been about a month. Anyway, guys, tell me something. Please support me. Please tell me that this is just a bad dream and it's gonna end and this will all disappear. Please tell me that we're not gonna be forced to inject poison in our bodies. Please tell me that we're not going to have crooks and criminals, nice people that commit for things like this. You disown your own children, but then again, you raise them. What is in you that you have produced that? That's my question. Is what the person must be carrying, how the person, what do you do to your child that your child become an absolutely useless, toxic waste of space, and he feels that that's okay? I mean, the amount of perversion and sickening details on this is more than I can even express, and more than we even know at this moment. So tell me, I'm gonna read some comments. I don't know. I want to move to some kind of island. I don't know. Yeah, and I'm not here to I'm not here to, make things worse, but I'm just trying to understand. I don't know, guys. I feel like I want to end my YouTube career, switch off all of my social media, and just live life, because I really catch myself enjoying spending time with, just be off. I don't know. I'm trying to understand. It's just, you want to be able to look up to somebody, and I definitely have people that I'm looking up to, but I feel so embarrassed. Do you guys realize that the entire world is laughing? Our president cannot go, flight of stairs. And this is just, it's just sad. He cannot go flight of stairs physically, and he cannot go flight of stairs over here. It's done. It's gone. I don't know. This is absolutely outraging and disgusting. That's all I can say. So, Me Too movement. Hey, we need your help. What's going on? Anyway, I am outraged. I'm outraged at this. I'm not saying that, I'm not talking about the news. I'm talking about the facts. The facts showing about people. I'm not talking about opinions. I'm talking about the stuff that's coming out, and this is crazy. Guys, I'm retiring, you know. I don't know. I'm just at a loss. I mean, I'm just and these people trying to tell us what we need. I have a question. So these kind of people tell us what we need to follow, what we need to do. Seriously? Anyway, what a terrible topic tonight. I probably will take this video off. I'm hurting so much. I feel like we becoming a joke. It used to be prestigious. You used to need to you needed to be somebody to be president of the United States. I'm only responsible for what I do in my life. I work very hard. I have my beliefs. I believe that all common human um, values we have on the right or on the left, we need to have, we do have some common human values. We all know that, you know, children and pornography is not something that should be in one sentence. This is not something that goes together. We all know that drugs, abuse, alcohol, this is not something we are looking forward to. We're not, I mean, we know what's these things are wrong, and I'm sick and tired of the ideas that, well, but this is just your opinion. No, this is opinion of anybody who has anything in their head, you know. I don't know, guys. I'm just so disappointed. So disappointed in, not disappointed, just shocked and outraged, honestly. I'm gonna, go back to normal and do my thing. I really love what I do. I'm healing from the loss. It's gonna be a long process, but I don't know. I do not believe that we don't have any better. I know we have a lot of young people, middle-aged people that can do a lot better job. We have, I hope that people will do something, will go some kind of oppose to this madness. I truly hope so. Anyway, let me read some of your comments, guys. I cannot, it is so late at night, I cannot form my thoughts, so I maybe re-record this, or I don't know what I will do, but I just feel, honestly, I feel a loss of hope. I feel embarrassed. Most of all, I feel embarrassed. This is what this has become. I feel absolutely embarrassed. And Kristen, I appreciate you, but I do not agree with you on your vision, because if you look at history of the entire world, my country, any country in Europe, they were people were moving and um, fighting for the territory. This is just part of how world was created. Yeah, Kristen, I do that. I live my own life, and I really regret, watching the news today. I really regret seeing this ugliness and abuse and disaster. I really regret that. I really regret, but it's also part of reality, it's also part of this world. So I'm gonna be back to the fairy tale, but I'm hurting. It's really interesting. It's not just about personally me, you, or people in general. I felt pain in my chest. You know, look in this extreme corrupt, immoral people ruling the world and trying to tell us what we need to do. I just felt pain. I also felt fake pain because I saw, this sexually, whether they get paid or not, it doesn't matter. No woman who is a sex worker, wants to be abused sexually and being posted on websites and laptops. I don't know. I actually do realize that in my mind I live in an amazing world. I don't deal with people like this. I have, very tight and small circle of friends. I don't I've never been around I'm just, for me, honestly, I feel like an orphan. I don't have a president. I don't know about you. I don't have a president. I don't have, we are, our president, is so popular. Um, you know, he get 80 million votes in the basement. Conservative twins said probably would get 120 million if he would get out of the basement. Out of all the people, okay, I'm gonna shoot my last point today. Out of all the people to talk to, he chose Cardi B. Cardi B is chosen as the woman of the year. She drugged and robbed men. Okay, tell me now. She drug. I don't watch. I don't listen to her. I think I can't even look at this kind of stuff. But she drugged and robbed men. She does basically porn, audio, video style videos, and children can see it, and young women can see that. And she's a woman of the year. Yeah, maybe I am completely clueless. Maybe I'm, not getting it, but I tell you what, this is insanely ridiculous. And who Joe Biden, he choose one person to talk to about politics. The person that is like, knock knock. The person that is still in elementary in here, like in between her ears, it's pretty much hollow when it comes to to politics. The person that made millions and inspire her followers to stay in poverty with the things that he promotes and proclaims. He chose her because he knows that she's dumber than he is, so he can kind of have a look, like he's there. I mean, this is just insanity. Like, I seriously think it's a bad movie and it's going to end. And I think that being assertive, intelligent, and analytical is a punishment. I truly think it's a punishment. I don't know, guys. I'm looking too cute today to even talk about this. You better all give me some other topic so I can record something. Can't believe I'm talking about this. Like, seriously, I posted this stuff on my wall today. Um, and then I'm like, no, this stuff is ugly. Alright, guys, any positive news today? Since we're having late Friday night, any positive news? Yeah, I don't know, guys. Something is not right. Well, yeah. I'm really embarrassed for this music. I'm really embarrassed for everything. It's like I remember being 15, 17 years old, looking up to performers, looking up in the movies, there are always role models. When you're a young person, whatever is up, you are looking up to it. I remember being um being a young impressionable girl. I wanted to be like people I see on TV, in music, in musical um shows and things. And I don't watch TV, I don't own TV, but uh I saw just clips of the performance, and it's just such a disgrace. You see, I just want to say this, I'm not against sex, I'm not against erotics, I'm not against, but there is a time and place. Nobody goes and use the uh nobody goes downtown, sit down in the middle in the street and performs things you perform in the bathroom. Nobody does that. There is a time and place. You can do whatever you want in your own bedroom. But when you're out, you know that people looking up. They're trying to see, they're looking, young women especially, they're looking for aesthetics. They're looking for beauty, they're looking for inspiration, they're looking for something to model. These people are our role models. These two women, you know performing, knowing that there are families are watching it, people are watching it, young impressionable people watching it. If you want to make the sex show, do it and make it paid, so you will have enough of audience to make you millions. But this is so uncomfortable. It's disgusting. I don't want to look at that. This is people start stopping, stop to people just not realizing that you you have to, there is time and place for everything. And it's just a shame to see where the culture is going to. And I feel like some kind of Amish woman or something like that. I just feel this way. I just feel that normal uh things becoming very rare, that common sense is no longer common sense. People just feel that, okay, the uglier it is, the more views it's gonna get. Okay, if we need to have a porn, audio porn style dance for an award which family is supposed to be able to watch, we're gonna do it. I feel that there is no more respect. I don't know. You are not Amish, you're normal. I don't know. I really think I would love to move somewhere far away. I mean, it's not, it just, I don't want to know this. This hurts me. I don't want to know this. No wonder, I see a lot of young people, I go places and I see young people being disrespectful and shallow. And I always, when somebody comes to me and start talking to me disrespectful, I always put them in their place. I was the other some time ago, before the COVID, I was outside in the playground with my child, and there were a bunch of teenagers, smoking at the playground and cussing up and down. And I just came to them, 5'4", all of my 5'4", and I just told them to get the hell out of the playground with all their cuss words, with all their disrespect, with their smoke. And the parents who were the other parents, and there were a bunch of other people, they just looked at me like I did something that I was not supposed to do. I'm not gonna allow this. And I don't think that we should have this was a little playground in a small town. How about the playground and the stage of kids? Do you realize that children are being programmed by this? we have woman of the year who is basically a prostitute herself. I'm just gonna say it like it is. That's her. This is her. This is her thing. But she exhibits no man in his mind. Okay, no man in his mind would say that he honestly would like to see his daughter turn out this way. I'm yet to meet a man in his mind that would say, I'll be really proud if my daughter would, rob and drug man and, you know, show things on public that you're supposed to keep for yourself. I don't know, guys. I need some vodka. I need some whiskey. I need some, but except that I have tea. I'm really enjoying being in my sound mind. I don't know, guys. I'm leaving. I'm taking a vacation and I'm not coming back. I'm so upset. I'm so upset about this, guys. I literally, when I watched this news, when I saw this abuse, this, this, it has this like terrible, horrible vibe. When I saw the picture of him doing these things and having this like maniac look at him, that is just scary. And this is just scary to realize that you are in the world that ruled by these people. I'll be all right, Kristen. I'm gonna, I'm just concerned. I do live in a fairy tale in my mind, but I think about people, and I don't like this. I don't like this. Thank God I don't have TV. Well, Mark, um if that's not okay, if you say that Joe Biden is old, has speech problems, can't make a sentence, so why is he a president? I would not criticize him if he's, so you basically saying that he's incapable. I do not think that it's cool to make a fun of an old person. My dad was very old. I don't think that it's cool to make fun. But if you are old and incapable, why do you become a president? Why do you run for a president when you can make a flight of stairs and when you just completely, you have a cognitive dissonance and you have brain problems? I'm just having a question. I am actually, as much as I despise him, as much as I cannot stand this person, I actually feel bad. I was not laughing. I was just like, oh, when I saw him on that staircase and the things that he says and the things that he does, I feel sorry for him. I feel sympathy, except that he's absolutely, to me, he's an absolute crook and a horrible person. Absolute horrible person. To me, this is my opinion. Despite of that, I feel sympathy and I almost feel empathy when I see an old man being incapable to function. And so if Mark, if he's incapable of doing these things, why he's a president? Why did he run for the president if he knew he can't handle it? I don't think he really wanted it. I think he was probably pushed by his, I don't know. I would never laugh at an older person, but he made a joke out of him. If you're not capable, you don't want to be a joke, retire, get yourself some cup of tea, sit at the beach. You have enough of money for generations. Don't make a joke out of yourself. And I don't even, as much as resentment as I hold toward him, people like that, even I feel sorry, even I feel sorry for him. But it's like, if you're gonna run Olympics, okay, so if you're gonna run, Olympics and you are crippled? Why are you trying to run Olympics? You may try to do Special Olympics, and then you have to be in Special Olympics. You have to be in the nursing home. You have to be, somewhere at the beach. I mean, why are you doing this? If you want, that's the thing. These people are not capable. They're, oh, I don't know. I don't know. Why am I talking about this? This is so hopeless. Economy is not getting stronger, my dear friend. With all the money being printed out and handed out, and people losing their businesses, I don't know, just ask people who had businesses that are not, even my online business had suffered. Even though I don't have experience of renting something, even my business and a lot of the things I've been doing had suffered, but I was prepared in some way. So that's a little different. And vaccines and all these things were developed, while Trump was here. But anyway, it doesn't matter. And the thing is, I have another thing. I want to travel to Ukraine. I want to travel around the world. What if I do not want to get it? What if I don't need it? What if I have good health? I don't need that. I'm really so uncomfortable because I feel that I may not be able. I don't know what's in it. I don't want it. Why the government need to inject some poison into me? We don't know what's the result, what side effects are coming long term. I have a friend, I'm gonna share with you guys. So I have a friend who lives, she's Ukrainian, but she lives in Israel. And in Israel, as you know, they put they already vaccinated 80% of people, right? So she works in the medical field, and she told me that they are studying, that they do not know long-term effects. So far, vaccine seem to be affecting women's cycles. Other words, their fertility, because they have been vaccinating heavily over in Israel. They had very hard restrictions, guys. It's really crazy because the restrictions that they had, they literally could not leave their apartment. So my friend had two small children, and she could not. Her husband would go to work, but she could not leave the apartment. You can literally have like 50 meters. You can walk around your apartment. That's about it. So they had extremely hard restrictions, and they were forced. She works in medical field right now, so she was forced. They told her that she could not even show up on a Zoom meeting unless she gets a vaccine. And she told me, yes, I'm very upset. And she said, I'm glad. She told me, I am glad that I had uh, my kids already, because it seems that the vaccine, at least one of them, I don't remember which kind, she said, have been affecting women's periods. So it means that if somebody's trying to get pregnant, they may become infertile. This is just the quote information that she told me. It's just only been it's all recent, and she said they don't know. So they basically studying and writing down that they don't know what long-term effects. What if I don't want to do it? I don't want to do it. That's crazy. Literally, one of the reasons why I could not, I had hard times, seeing, doing an urgent trip to Ukraine, is all this testing and vaccine and lockdowns. We live in a world of tyranny. Kirsten, um, I understand. Oh, thank you. That's really sweet. Thank you for the PayPal. Somebody says, thank you for making my day. Well, thank you. I feel that I'm so not, that I could do better today with my speech. I'm just lost. But thank you so much. I appreciate it. I got, okay, let's see. I get the, uh, thank you, Frederick. Have you, were you the one that sent me a little gift when we were freezing in the rain for, actually it was not a little gift, it was a really nice one, but when we were freezing in the rain on the Trump rally. I don't know if that was also, oh, so I think that was Frederick, but you're Frederick. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I appreciate the donation. Thank you for making me feel that I'm not completely out of my mind. Even though I do know that I am not out of my mind, I do know this. And guys, this is not. I'm not trying to do drama. I just feel a lot of pain. I don't know what it is. I just feel pain in my chest. I just start to feel better. Today and yesterday I had some special meetings. I had some meditation. I am a positive person overall. I just want to tell you, I don't strive on hate. Hate and anger is not how I operate and do my things. I truly love life. I love people. I love this world. But when people who are that high up, that's supposed to be in charge of everything, when I see this, I mean, I'm just concerned and it hurts me. I am personally okay, except for that I do not want to inject myself with this stuff. I really don't. You know, I was talking to a friend today, and I was talking to friends and family a year ago, and I said, if you see a fat person and and a big person in the store, let's say like 300 pounds person, I don't know, everything is relative. But if you see the huge big person in the store getting getting chips, getting ice cream, getting pizza, getting coke, do you stop the person in the store and say, hey, 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 put your stuff out, get your stuff, get some broccoli, get some chicken breast, get some yogurt. This is not what you're gonna eat, honey, because 300,000 people every year die from obesity and heart attacks. So put that stuff down. Let's see your height. Let's see your weight. Oops. Can't buy this, honey. And you will have government officials standing there and saying, well, yep, you are over, I don't know what it is, 30 or 35%. You can't have it. You're going to have a heart attack. I mean, how can you control people? We should be able to take our own responsibility. I'm going to say this again. We should be able to take our own responsibility for our life. When you go drive your car, do you realize that you may or may not be okay today? Do you realize that if you're not careful, if you're not aware of your surroundings, you may have to bump into somebody, you may hurt yourself. Oh, you may get into an accident. You realize when you have sex, you may get pregnant. I mean, this is just all risks. You realize, when you meet somebody, they may hurt you. It's life. I am completely against the government being so heavily involved in our lives. I've already lived in socialism and communism, and honestly, this is worse. Honestly, this is worse. People just don't understand that this is worse. I don't know, guys. I feel like mandatory vacation is inevitable. And you know, guys, I just want to say, we are all, you may have different thoughts, but I really think that it's very weak position to say, when I say, I give you a fact that in the last 24 hours it happened that photos of Joe Biden, inappropriate, immoral, disgusting, criminal, uh, unlawful actions have been photographed and revealed. You know, I think that it takes a little bit of courage to say, this is awful. I don't care on which side you are. Please listen to me. It doesn't matter on which side you are. When something is against the law, immoral, you have to admit it and say, this is wrong. If this stuff would come out about Trump, if I would see Donald Trump Jr. or his daughter, that is absolutely brilliant. I had met her in my little town, you know, at the event. If that would come out, if you know, but she wasn't on drugs. She was flying everywhere with her dad. His entire family worked hard for him, for them. So you have to be able to admit that and say, you know, I support this side, but this is wrong. This is wrong. This is objectively wrong. I do not want to hear generalization, but you know, this is really weak. I hate to say this, but this is really weak to say, well, you know, but things happen and, he has flaws. This is just outrageous, you know. It's the same if to say that somebody had committed a crime and robbed and killed somebody, as somebody cussed somebody out. And you can say, well, you're not perfect either. You cuss somebody out. You know, you have to, these are, you know, when you generalize like that, this is just so weak. You know, somebody has to be accountable. Oh, I need some vodka, but I don't drink. At least very, very, very rare. And I have my rule of three. No more than 3 shots of anything. Guys, I'm going on vacation. I want to be back to my inspiring content. You know, I want to talk about people. I want to talk about love. I want to talk about inspiration and understanding. But I'm just really hurting. You know, I'm really coming out today, you know, with lots of pain in my heart. I do not like where it's going. I'm embarrassed, guys. You don't understand that the whole world, um, the whole world looks at America. Kristen, I don't know if you've ever been out of the country, but you may or may not know this, or maybe not fully realize the whole world is looking up to United States. The whole world. You know, I've been here over a decade, but before that, I lived somewhere else, and I've traveled. You know, I've been to Africa, to Asia, to I've been to many countries in Europe. People looking like this to America, and what we show, you know, we show disrespect, we show low morals at the highest level. We show just stuff that's not supposed to be available. You know, we don't uh use the bathroom in the middle of the street. You know, even animals, when they have sex, they find a place. You know, there is time and place for everything. Nobody comes to nobody's bedroom, you know, with a flashlight. You know, people can do whatever crazy stuff they want to do if it's consensual and they're good. But it doesn't mean that innocent children and young people should be affected by this insanity. I don't think so. It's disgusting. It's even disgusting for a grown woman, you know? This had nothing to do with the natural way of things. This is ugly. Well, if you've been to Europe, you know how Europeans look at America. They look at it like this. Anyhow, I'm done. Oh, thank you for the Cash App. Just a second. I want to see what's here. Just 1 second. Thank you so much. Thank you, George. I appreciate it. And thank you for the kind message. I appreciate that. Yeah, and I have a message about, and the thing is, I may make a video just talk about Hunter Biden, and my entire channel can get a strike. I mean, anyway, oh my god, it is so late. I know it's Friday night, but I'm in a lot of pain over this. And I appreciate your opinions and stuff, but my opinion does not change. You know, I told you guys that my dad had died and it's very hard. He taught me to not bullshit myself. Okay? He told me to not BS myself, to not to just see things for what they are. And you know what? I'm gonna stick with what I know. I'm gonna stick with what I see. And I am embarrassed. I love United States. I appreciate the principles, the good things, the the fundamental things that are right. And I'm devastated. I'm devastated about all of this stuff. I'm completely devastated about it. And no amount of other people done it, or well, world is not perfect. He has character flaws. No amount of this have any effect on me, because I see things for what they are. You know, if I raised a child that would turn into this, I would probably take my own life. I could not live with it. I could not live that I create an embarrassment, not just for myself but for entire country and entire world. That would mean that I'm a failure as a person. What do you do to a child that he become a crook? What do you do to them? It's just really interesting, because this is now more about, let's talk about a little bit more about of politics, a little bit more about relationships. A lot of women and men can put a mask, that they're a great person, that they have this life together, everything is great. A lot of people can put a face on. But when your child, and those of you who have children, tell me, when you have child though, when you have a child, and that child comes to the room and he is 5, 6, 7, even later, I would say even up to 15 years old, uh, really any age, the child gonna say what he or she think. They gonna say it raw. If you say bad words, if you are inappropriate, if you're disrespectful, your child is going to speak your words to others. You can say shh, 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 but your child gonna reveal who you are. So please do not tell me about character flaws. I know I'm a parent. I am an observant person. Your child is your mirror, your reflection, especially if you raise your child. I mean, somebody else, raising your child, then I don't know. But every smart person knows, when you see a smart child, when you see a child who is put together, who is well spoken, when you see a child who is loved, cherished, this child will have confidence. This child will have sparkle in their eyes. The child would be engaging. The child would be independent. The child would be respectful. The child will strive for knowledge. He will have passion for something, because his parents notice what he likes to do. That child does not need to say, I have a great mom, or I have great mom and dad, or I have great dad, or whoever is raising him. Sometimes he's raised by somebody else, but the child does not need to convince you, because the child is a product. And tell me that I'm wrong. If you spend time with a child, whether it has his original parents, adopted parents, grandparents, The child is becoming the mirror of you. You can lie all you want. Oh, I'm reading to my child, or I'm taking care. We spend a lot of time together, and your child speaks trash, is illiterate, disrespectful, doesn't have manners, does not know how to speak, does not is like this. I see that, guys. A lot of, unfortunately, um I see a lot of, I don't know if I can call it child abuse, but it really kills me. I see a lot of children with scared eyes like this and like this, and I know that things are not okay. I just know. So a lot of things, you can hide a lot of things, you can lie about a lot of things, but you cannot lie about your own product, because your own product speak for itself. Your product, whether it's your content, something you create, or your child, they speak for themselves. So, man, I like talking about my topics so much better. But I'm outraged. I'm outraged at this. And guys, thank you for sharing your opinion. I want you to know that I'm not against, anybody on this chat, as long as you stay respectful. Sometimes I'm a very passionate person, so uh I have hard times being vanilla like, in being politically correct, but I don't want to be. I understand if somebody do not want to watch me, and I went through so much abuse, verbal abuse during this time. When I was openly supportive, supporting who I'm supporting, I was called every name in the book. I lost a lot of people who I thought were my friends. Um, I heard very many offensive things, but I know what I stand for, and I will stand for it till the day I die. I do not believe in victim mentality. I do not believe in uh, saying you stand for women and your husband is abusing and raping them. I don't believe in this stuff. I'm sorry. I don't. I see things behind the surface. And I think I don't know if that's a blessing or a curse. I think it's mostly a curse, because the amount of friends you have is significantly, I'm just tired of pretending stupid. Is anybody here who would agree with me? Anybody? I'm tired of pretending being dumb. I'm not very good with pretending. I try to avoid things, but I'm just tired of it. And once again, I'm not gonna, sorry guys, I'm not gonna, cry about this or talk about this, much more just as a rant. That's not the point. I believe in prosperity. I do believe you can create your own life. I do these things all the time, but I also see and feel and see other people, and I know that a lot of young people gonna get influenced by this. I want to add something, the person who really rules right now, the, so-called vice president. We're supposed to be like, oh my God, she's gonna be for. I mean, she's already a first woman president, because obviously he's out of his mind. Okay, this woman went in her career horizontally. This woman slept with married men to get where she is. And people say, oh, she is a role model. Anybody consider Kamala Harris a role model? If you want your daughter to sleep around with married men so she can go up, if you want your daughter to hide evidence uh, from people who were innocent and get prosecuted, if you want your daughter to put people to jail, innocent people. Somebody made a, somebody made um, a poster with all the black men that she put to jail for nothing. So she can have her record high. I mean, but I mean, I don't know. But if talking about as a woman, she's not inspiring to me at all because I would be devastated if my daughter would follow those steps. If my daughter would be um, going that route. I mean, it's embarrassing. I don't care how you slice it. I don't care what you put. It's embarrassing. It's not good. It's terrible. It's not okay. The easiest thing is to get on drugs, start drinking. I mean, I don't know. I'm losing hope, guys. Just remember it. Not in terms of myself, but in terms of people's common sense. I need to go back to love. Literally. Yes, guys, I need to go back to love. Thank you for joining this madness. Well, yeah, Mark, I have a question to you. What kind of what kind of children do you think gonna grow watching Cardi B's music videos? Some people say, well, control your children. You can't control your children. Children share things at school. Children share things with each other. You can't just be this idiotic parent, going near your child. These things are exposed. I didn't even know who Cardi B was. And I didn't lose much by not knowing it, but it just came out because of the politics, right? So I didn't even know who that was. I would never know. I don't watch this trash. But imagine you have a daughter and she's 12 and she like, oh my god, and she saw these women basically having sex on the stage. Like, what do you think going to happen? Why nobody's saying the truth? That's my question. Why nobody says this is wrong? This is not okay. If you want to have, there are porn sites, there are porn, I don't know, memberships, there are porn shows. So pay for it and have it all day long. But why do we need to get exposed? I think it's even inappropriate not only for children, but for grown people. Imagine you sitting with your grandma. You sitting with your grandma or your mom. You just want to have cup of tea or glass of wine and watch. I don't watch any of these awards, guys. I live under a rock. I don't do any of this stuff. But imagine you just want to watch certain things and people starting having sex. I mean, are you comfortable like with your mom or your grandma or your dad, looking at that on the stage, or your 14-year-old child? I mean, tell me that this is okay. This is not. I feel like we've been gaslighted by entire nation. I don't know. I may have to retire early. My dear friends, you have my 900, maybe 1,000 videos, so I may have to retire early. I know a lot of my listeners did not expect me to come out today. I was not planning to come out either, but Yeah, I mean, I agree. He needs to be in jail for, I mean, he needs to be in jail for multiple violations. Yeah, I mean, how many days have he spent in jail? And then, you know, you know, Candace also said this. She said, "Where is the BLM on him getting away with every crime he done, and any other person, actually regardless of race, would be in jail for every single thing that he done." This is such a hypocrisy. um, Mark, if Donald Trump Jr. would do any of these things, like 1% of this, that would be on every channel every 5 minutes, and we would be turned to shreds. Okay? If Donald Trump Jr. would have 1% of what Hunter Biden had done, that is important. They have a huge influence and power. This is so not true, because we are looking up to the number one family in the country. We are looking up. We're supposed to be able to look up at least, but we are not. We can't, because if my son will look up to it, I'll have to end my life, because I could not live with stuff like that. If stuff like that would come on Ivanka Trump or Eric Trump or Donald Trump Jr., that would be end of it forever. It would be a nightmare. We'll all be torn to shreds. What are you talking about? Guys, again, Mark, this is not me against you personally. We are actually friends. So I just want to tell you something. This is absolutely irrelevant. This is generalization. How you can even compare? Trump's children were showing up for his campaign. They were campaigning everywhere. They were going around the country. Just even if I disliked them, I would see their work ethics. Trump has been to Michigan more than, I've been to Michigan. It feels like it. I mean, he's been literally here every day or morning, and so was his daughter. His daughter came to my town, and that was an incredible pleasure to attend the event. It was unbelievable. She came. I thought it was a scam, because they said like Ivanka Trump is going to be, and that was the name of my tiny little town. I was like, oh, scammers. And then I'm like, wait a minute. So I had to call to my son's school, and I said them, well, we have a very important encounter, so he will be absent today because I had to be there. So it's not true to say that personality and moral image of Hunter Biden does not matter, that he doesn't have any influence. He has huge influence here. He's a son of the number one, supposedly, well, officially, technically, number one person in the country. Of course, he has influence. He has huge influence. And if these things will come out, if his sexual encounters picture would come out with multiple women and drugs and crack on election, do you think people would not react to it? If you truly believe that he has no influence, if these things will come out on him, do you think people will be like, oh, that's cute? Oh, he has sex with 5 women on drugs? Oh, that's lovely. I wonder how his wife is doing with the child right now. She probably is thrilled about that, I'm sure. I mean, people would react. And if Trump's children would be useless, on drugs, involved in pornography, and it's perversion. I don't care what you say, guys. This is perversion. You know why? Because if that would come to your family, you would not want to see that. Okay? Don't try to BS me and tell me about, well, in general. No, no, no. I'm sorry. But this is perversion. This is not normal. This is not something you want for you or your family. How you can want this for number one family in our country? I am embarrassed for United States. I am embarrassed for all of this. I was going to make a video about uh Hunter's. I watched Hunter Biden interview, just a piece of it, and he was saying how, when his brother died, how he was trying to return his brother by having sex with his wife. Just this alone, being married. Okay, so Hunter Biden being married, and he's having sex with his wife, no, with his brother widow. I mean, tell me that this is not screwed up Alabama family, you know? Tell me something. Oh yeah, it's common. Yeah, usually what happens, if you're married and your brother dies, you come to support his widow. Preferably, you have sex with her. Yeah, that's how you process your grief. That makes total sense. That's very moral. And this is what people do. I mean, and things are, they're trying to suppress things on other family members, but anyway, I can't. I'm retiring, guys. I will see you when I'm in my 90s. I'm taking half a century off. So maybe we'll have a virtual reality when I come back, and we do a live show, and you guys can be like, we can be in 3D. We'll have some coffee, we'll have some tea. I'll still remain young and beautiful because I won't be watching TV. I mean, I don't watch TV anyway. I won't be watching any social media, so I won't have a wrinkle on my face 50 years from now, or 40 years, or however many. I'm retiring, guys. So if you want to send me note, I don't know if I have anybody from my moderators to put my could somebody put my email? I'll put it under the video. So my dear friends, I know it's Friday night. I had way too much coffee today, and I am hurting. My heart is bleeding. I do love this country. I appreciate all the good things that I still hear. And the only thing we could do is instill good values in our children, in our grandchildren, in our grandchildren. Jim, yeah, I'll circle back to you on that one. Circle back. Oh. Okay. Wait a second. So, yeah, I mean, guys, gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen, what can I tell? What can I tell you? We need to raise our standards in life, despite of all this. Yeah, I'm taking 50 years of 50 years of vacation, my dear friends. I may be dead, but I don't know. But seriously, I mean, this is all negative, but I would say this. There is still prosperity, we still have power, and I think this is time to activate our power and teach our children and not only our biological children, but young people around us. Just talk to them, not forcing them like we are forced to take these vaccines or whatever it is, not hurting people, not grabbing them by the neck and tells them that what they need to believe to. But I think it's really important to talk to young people and discuss things and try to see the common sense, try to see logic, try to see, try to seek true values. I'm gonna say this once again. Not me, not you. Want to see your family, if you have children, if you have sons or daughter, none of you all want to see your daughters turn out like some of those performance people, dancers, artists, with those lyrics, with those embarrassing uh, behaviors on public, right? Oh, thank you guys. Thank you so much for supporting this late night show. Thank you. I'm gonna address your super chat. Thanks so much. I truly appreciate this. I felt like I almost had a heart attack today. Seriously. But I want to finish my thought and I'm gonna get to you, guys. Thank you. So if we just take away the political party, the division, the religion, everything that can divide us, and just look at the truth, just honestly, just look how things are. For all of us who are in a sound mind, who has, who have logic, who have common sense, none of us would want our sons turn out like son of our current head of the country. Not a single one of us. I don't care what you say, your character flaws, yeah, he's lost. No, none of this bullshit. None of this. Not a single human being alive would want that for their child, for their son or daughter. Nobody wants to see their daughter being sexually abused, grabbed by the hair, and posted on internet. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe somebody can raise their hand. Is there anybody here who would be excited and celebrate if his daughter was sexually abused, harassed, and posted on internet all over for everybody to see, but also being tortured by men that we're supposed to be looking up to? I'm not against sex. I'm not some kind of monk. I think that's the most amazing thing in the world. But this is about time and place and morality of it. Not single one of you and of us want to know that our children were subject to any sexual behavior from somebody, or being involved in pornography or anything like that. Nobody. I don't care what side you're taking. Once again, what things you believe in, how you feel this morning, what side you're looking. Well, but if you look in the history, no, I don't care. None of that. Nobody wants that. Not a single person in the world wants to see their child being sexually abused, harassed, or hurt. Okay? Not a single father in the world wants to see their daughter on a big stage, even if she's making millions. Not a single father wants to see their daughter having sex with another woman or man or millions of people talking about, the technicality of it and performing that for the millions of people to see, and their families and their children, because that is not even, I couldn't even say inappropriate. This is just outrageous. This is not normal. This is not the values people been raised on. When you come to a social event, you don't just sit down when you need to use the bathroom. You don't sit down in the middle of the room and perform it. This is worse. Not a father or mother be proud of their daughter robbing and drugging man and then become a woman of the year. We need to wake up at some point and stop lying. Just stop lying. You know, if my dad taught me something, he taught me one thing. He told me you can say, you can BS somebody, you can tell something to somebody, you can try to impress somebody, you can lie to somebody sometimes. That's bad. And you should tell the truth, even no matter what it is. But nobody can control you, you know, whatever you say. But one thing he told me, do not do is do not BS your own self, because the price you will pay for it will be greater than anything you can ever imagine. That's all. And I feel that a lot of people BSing themselves. Well, it's how you look at it. Well, you know, but if you look from the other, there is no perspective. There is objectivity. Porn and children do not go together. Women who rob men should go to jail. Women who rob another anybody should go to jail. Women who has no morality should not be celebrated on a big screen and inspire young, impressionable women that this is cool. Try to remember yourself when you were 15 years old, how you were looking up to others. You were trying to copy them. You were trying to talk like them. You were aspired to become like them. Bad is bad. Wrong is wrong. Crime is crime. Period. Oh, thank you so much for the super chats, guys. I truly appreciate it. And thank you. I get a cash. Just a second. I'm gonna address my super chats. Thank you, guys. You know, I do understand that with this videos I can lose half of my audience. I fully understand that, but it hurts so much. It hurts me. I can't breathe. So, thanks, Bill, for the super chat, and let's all pray the Serenity Prayer. Yes, let's all do before we go to sleep. Brian Olson, thank you so much for contributing. I'm gonna read a lot of your comments once the live show is done, because it's hard to read as I'm talking. Thank you so much for the super chat. I appreciate it very much. You have an interesting last name, Brian. It's almost like mine, but you have some extra letters. I don't know if it's Norwegian or not. Thank you so much. Please forgive me. Oh, no, I'm sorry. Please, God, please give me the serenity to accept these things I cannot change, and the wisdom to know the difference. Yes, I love that one. I do love that expression. I think about it a lot. I do. And you know, I'm just here today just to share this nightmare. I mean, I just think we need to go back to honesty, you know. You know, once again, if somebody tells me about my friend, my man, my child, I don't know, my nephew, the person that I admire, when there is a fact that this person stole, robbed, hurt, abused, I don't know, neglected, did whatever, all these actions, I'm not gonna say, oh well, you know, people do this sometimes, you know, it's part of the hit. No, no, it's not gonna be the same. I'm not gonna say, well, stop it. Oi, 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 oi. What did I do? Okay, and I have another little super chat. Thank you. The wicked shall perish. I hope so. I am devastated, my dear friends. But you know what? There is always hope. And the hope is in our hands because we already see that people on top cannot handle it. They cannot give us that role model inspiration. So we should not only talk to young people, and I mean, I think we should talk to people all ages, but young people are forming into somebody, right? So we should not only do these things, but I would finish with this. We should show with our life examples that we actually care about ourselves, our reputation, our community, our children, our elderly, um, just people who cannot protect themselves. I think one of the best things we can do in life is just show with our life that we live in that. You know, nobody is ideal. You know, we all have, you know, like Mark said, he has flaws. We all have flaws. There is no doubt. Sometimes, you know, I lose my temper and I'm embarrassed and I apologize and I learn to do better. You know, we all here and there going to be imperfect. But there is a difference between imperfect and being violating, hurting, abusing, harassing, and having joy. One thing that terrified me from that picture of Hunter Biden holding that woman by the hair is his facial expression. Like, that was scary to me. You know, if you cannot leave your child, if you would not leave your child, you would not trust certain people to be around your child or yourself. Why would you trust them to take decisions for you? Why would you bow down to them? Why would you accept them? That is my question. His facial expression told me all. He was getting joy from her pain and he was thrilled about it. This is not okay. Once again, I don't care who you belong to, who you believe to. Stop it. Stop it. Thank you for another super chat. Well, everything is in God's hands, that's good, but a lot of is in our hands too. As you know, I do not always like to bring God into conversations because God has no other hands but ours. He has no other minds, no other execution that do things through us. We are the ones that need to bring light and inspiration and talk to these children. I mean, you can't blame these children. I mean, just imagine for 1 second what these little people gonna be like. Just imagine that. Unless they will get taught the real education, shown the real examples, it's gonna be over. Imagine, I'm gonna say this again. I know I've repeated that before. I don't really believe, um, you know, I really don't want to bring religion or faith in this. I really don't. I'm talking to people with. I'm trying to apply just a simple logic. It's impossible to raise a powerful nation based on this. And you already know you can't convince me otherwise. And it's not my subjective opinion. Just a second, guys. I want to say thank you for Cash App, uh, Matthew. Matthew, I don't know if you, I don't think you're in chat. Thank you so much for the cash up. I appreciate it. I really do. I feel really awful. I do. Lord, um, I just don't think you need to drag. Um, I don't know. I don't want to go into it. Sometimes there is time to to take personal responsibility. I talk about politics right now and common sense. I do not talk about makeup or fashion. Okay, because it's irrelevant. Or I don't talk about trauma, so I don't talk about the Holy Spirit, and it could be part of conversation, but I just want to people to realize that I don't care what you believe in. This is wrong. And we can all hope for God, but once again, He only has our hands to perform things and our minds to help people to sort through this. And you know what is the worst? The worst thing is that there are parents that's gonna say, well, um, this is just a little mistake, honey. Don't pay attention. They are good people. She had hard childhood. That's why she had to rob and drug people. And then she makes music for women to make sure that they will never succeed. She tells women that, they are victims, even though she makes millions. But she tells others that they can't, even though they are probably smarter than her, but she tells them they cannot. And then you don't want to have parents who will show this to their children and say, oh, this is just a character flaw. It's just a little imperfection. This is very moral. You can be married, you supposed to set example for entire world, really. But that's fine, because it's fine. You being on drugs, that's fine. You using women as your sexual slaves, that's totally fine. That's a little character flaw. It's not a big deal. Guys, stop bullshitting yourself, please. We gotta be real. We have a generation to raise. We have children. We have young adults. We have so many young hearts looking at us. You have to be able to. Okay, another lesson from my dad: always admit your mistakes. Admit you missed. My dad had always admitted when he did something wrong, when he did something that was, he was one of the very few parents that I observed that would apologize and would own his mistakes. Own your mistakes. Own when it's wrong. You don't have to agree with somebody, get on their side, but own it. This is not a question. This is the fact. This is the fact. Own it. Admit it. Don't generalize. Oh, people make mistakes. Stop it. It's so weak. It is so extremely weak. Own it. Own it. Admit it. Only then you have a chance of changing, of making the future different, of seeing a change ever. Own your mistakes. Own when it's wrong. Once again, if this would come from the other side, I would feel no different. This is not about taking sides. It's about seeing that it's evil. If we talk about God, I'm gonna tell you, this stuff is nothing short of evil. And I hope, my dear friends, that you will get something of this conversation. This conversation was made with my open heart. I was supposed to be sleeping and getting my rest. I had a very, very busy day today, and I have even busier day tomorrow. Just like all of us, we doing something, we creating something, we need our time um to live life, but I couldn't sleep, I couldn't think of this. So one of the most powerful things in life is stopping lying to yourself and owning your mistakes and seeing mistakes of or wrongdoing of others and admitting it. That's all. This world cannot become a better place when you just like, oh, that's okay, honey. And it's like everything goes under the rug. Well, that's just happens. Men do that. My heart is full of pain, but I feel better talking to you. My appreciation for your support. I hope that we will make this world a little bit better. Thank you and good night.